have you seen Jake Paul's message to
Oh,
you?
of course I have.
He wants to offer you $1 million to spar. Response, Paddy. Interested or not?
Of course, but I'm under contract by the UFC, and he said this knowing full well that I'm fighting next week. You know what I mean? As if he does not know I'm fighting next week, and he's like, "I'll fly you to Puerto Rico. Come to the PI next week. Come to the PI next week and bring $1 million in your bag, and I will spar with you."
Wow! All right, there it is.
I'm in the PI in Vegas I'm in Vegas on Thursday. I land on Thursday, so even though I'm low on calories and I'm only about 170, he likes picking on smaller people anyway. But if he wants to wait until after me fight until the Monday, because I'm still in Vegas till the Tuesday, when I'm about 185, 190 pounds, I'm game. You know what I mean? Tell him not to worry. He can come to PI and we'll get in the cage. Simple as.
Would you box him or just MMA?
No, box him, lad. I think he's not. I don't even think he's a bad boxer. I think he's a decent boxer. You know what I mean? Now, because all he's done is box for the past 2 years. But I think he'd beat Tommy Fury. But I know he wouldn't beat me. I know for a fact he wouldn't. And as I say, that the Anderson Silva thing, what he's saying, when I say his fights are rigged, I think Anderson Silva just sat down for him. You've seen the video definitely where the punch doesn't touch Anderson, or it clips on the tiniest bit, and he just sits down for him, and that wins Jake the fight. 10-8 round wins Jake the fight. I'm not that lad. I've seen Anderson Silva take bigger blows than that. You know what I mean? He's 47. He's getting on. You know what I mean?
He is getting on. I'll say this though, Paddy. If you and Jake, even if it was just a sparring session, I don't know if you could make a much bigger fight right now. As popular as he is, as popular as you are, you guys both have great personalities. The trash talk is great. I mean, that's
if the UFC want to co-promote a boxing match with him, lad, I'm game.
Yeah, you could probably make a lot more. You and Jake could make a lot more than $1 million, I think. But
100%. And I'd fight him at 180, 185, something like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have to lose that much weight, lad. He can just come down a little bit for me, because he's used to people coming up for him, so he can come down a little bit for me, lad. But
there it is.
The way he's saying the $1 million thing, lad, that'd have to get put in an escrow first, otherwise I wouldn't get it off him, especially after I put him down.
Right. So money goes in escrow.
I actually don't mind Jake Paul either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you like
don't mind him. You know
and he said he's a fan of yours, or he was at least before the Anderson
I actually
comments.
don't mind him, lad. A lot of people asked me in the past, "Oh, do you think the Tyron Woodley fight was rigged?" And I'm like, no, not when he knocked him clean out. You can't fake a knockout like that.
Yeah.
Because you'd put your hands out to stop your face hitting the floor. You know what I mean? You'd do that. You can't fake a knockout like that.
Yeah, that was a huge punch.
Yeah, that was a big punch, you know what I mean? And he has got better. He's got a lot better. But, lad, I've been doing this a lot longer than you, mate. I've got more heart and grit and determination than you. And if we did get the fight on and I just focused on boxing for 3 to 6 months, I'd punch him around the ring.
I love it. I was going to ask you about that AEW wrestler MJF, but I don't know as much about him. And I think the fight is to make. If you're not going to fight a UFC fighter, I think you and Jake Paul is the way to go. But are you worried, Paddy, that MJF may show up?
I hope he does. I hope he does. It'll be hilarious. You know what I mean? One of my coaches, one of my mates, Adam Bentley, he loves the wrestling. He loves the AEW. And he was sending me all of MJF's promos and stuff. And lad, he's got it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It reminds me of some of the wrestlers that I used to watch. Because I used to watch WWE when I was growing up. Who didn't?
Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite?
The Heartbreak Kid, lad. Shawn Michaels.
Wow.
I'm still waiting to sweet chin music someone in the cage. I think you could end up seeing him come to the UFC, or you could see me at an AEW show, especially when they come to London, because they'll be coming to Craven Cottage, Fulham's ground next year. So we'll see.
Yeah, could you? I mean, you would seem to be somebody who would translate perfectly to professional wrestling.
Yeah, I've always said once I retire, you probably would see me in WWE or AEW or something like that, even just a few appearances. You know what I mean? And get that money in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense. All right, let's talk about this fight, December 10th. You're the co-main event now, Paddy. How about that? Obviously, only a handful of fights in the UFC. You've won every one. You've been dominant when you fought. But how about, co-main event? That's a big deal.
It is, lad. It's great. You know what I mean? I just take it in my stride, though. I think it's not going to affect me. It's not going to bother me. So I don't think it'll affect Jared either. You know what I mean? It was still just getting in there and having a fight. But I was the people's main events anyway. Doesn't matter whereabouts on the card I am. I'm who people are tuning in to see. I'm the one putting the bums on the seats. I'm the one why people are buying pay-per-views. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could argue that, especially with the change in the main event now. You're the draw on the card. Let's be honest, Paddy. What good fighter? What do you have to watch out for? What does Jordan present as far as challenges inside the octagon?
See, there you go. You've just called him Jordan instead of Jared. That says
Jared.
it all. That says it all, lad. It's like when some Brett Okamoto called Jordan Levitt Justin or something last time. It just shows
I'm thinking of your old fights.
Yeah, I am the A side of every fight that I'm in. But I think he's tough, you know what I mean? That's the main thing. He's tough. He's got no quit in him. He'll keep walking forward. But I just don't see how he gets out the first round, lad. Like, I think I've got better grappling, better striking. I genuinely don't see how he gets out the first round.